person, most of the time they're talking about one property, probably only one person on title, but the other one is also living in there, which we talk about that situation. So now, what is the situation like? People going to deal with the separation agreements? Is there something that they're...
So I'll tell you what happens. Usually, again, this is without getting into too much of technicalities, right? Because we don't want our viewers to be like, what's going on, how much of legal information is being given. There is a concept which is called as equalization in Ontario, which means, and in very, very broad terms, right, that the party that has got more assets, let's say a person has, after deducting all liabilities, $1 million net worth, and the other party has, after all the liabilities and all assets have been squared off, $250K. So the difference is $750. Right? So the poorer party gets half of $750. That's called you equalize things. Right?
Okay.
So what happens is that people don't necessarily want to go through the rigmarole of an entire long drawn court process to come to that amount of equalization, because the equalization is something that the court has to finalize. So people want to cut short all that, and if people are not that embittered with each other and they're not as hostile to each other, they come to terms and they're like, we don't want to fight, we want to move on with our lives. You've got property, I've got some property, why don't you pay me a little money? You bring in the lawyers, and we do what is called as a separation agreement, where parties take control of their own situations. They decide that we want to decide our life, our way, our terms, not to be dictated by any court or by any lawyer.
Just
of
mutually
course,
agree.
just mutually agree, or they could also have lawyers come in and sort of negotiate the agreement for them. So we do a lot of that. There is a lawyer for the girl or the lawyer for the boy. Both of them are talking. There's a lot of disclosure, because it's very, very, very important that before I accept, that's the half of 750, I should know all the properties that the other party has. Right? And if I don't know what all properties, what all assets the other party has, and I'm just signing off on the paper, that document, that separation agreement, could also be set aside as illegal because I did not have all information.
It's important to have all the information as well.
So a separation agreement is designed very simply. When people come to terms, they come to the drawing table, they're like, we don't want to fight. Give me this, give me that property, I'll square off with this property, or give me X amount of money. You take the child, 7 days of, 2 days of custody, 2 days of access, the works, right? You keep the dog, or I don't want the dog, right? Something like that.
So Khalid, does that include international properties as well, or is it?
So you could have a global settlement, right? Because you don't want to be fighting everywhere. I've got clients who got properties in China, you got properties in India, Pakistan.
Very complicated.
It gets difficult when you don't know what assets the other party has.
Sure.
So I tell my clients again, right? You know what? If things go bad, you should have all information. Or if things go bad, make sure she doesn't have any information, or he doesn't have any information. So global settlement can of course be done. You could have one global agreement sitting in Canada, signing off on everything. There are many times I've got people who are making payments in China, in India, alimony or support is being paid, child support is being paid. So you can square off everything. Technical, yes, but then that's the reason you have lawyers, right? We know how to do things. We try to help people, and at least my practice is that I tell people, you know what, you will have to pay me unnecessarily. There's no point going through this entire charade of a divorce proceedings for 3, 4, 5 years and then get back to the same place that I'm telling you.
So Khalid, final question for the realtor's perspective on that. Since we help them buy a house, can we still represent them to sell a house?
That depends again on, do they agree that this realtor should be tasked with selling the house? Because what happens is that many times people want to liquidate their houses, get that money and do something else. Or people buy out somebody.
That's
right? So if the person does not have the liquidity, they will not be able to buy out. So what they want is that they come to terms that even if we can't buy out each other's shares, let us have this person and let him sell list. the money will come into the lawyer's trust account, and then we will decide what needs to go where, or the court will decide what needs to go where. But yes, just because you as the lawyer, you as the realtor have bought them a house, more likely they'll come back to you. And if they are doing things mutually, you could be the person selling the house again.
But then even though we have it mutually, just in case we already put it on the market and we have offers coming in, and one says, okay, I'm okay with the price, 1 million, and the other says, nope, I'm not good with it, I want 1.2, but the market says it is 1 million, something like that. So now there could be another disagreement already happening just right there, even though they're mutually agree that we will sell this property. But then is it possible you include a price range or somehow just at the time to have the separation
Again,
agreement?
yeah,
technical-
just take it like this, right?
Right.
Forget there's any separation going on.
Yeah.
There's a house your clients want to sell.
Yeah.
The husband is okay at 1, the wife says I want 1.2.
Right.
They don't have to be separating or divorcing for this disagreement to happen.
Yeah.
Then your expertise as a realtor comes in, that how do you get them to sell the property, right?
Yeah.
Because at that point of time, their lawyers will not be the best person to advise them, should you sell or should you not sell. That's not a lawyer's job.
Right.
This is where you or the person that perhaps they have decided or the court has appointed,
Right.
many times parties are at absolute loggerheads. They will never take your recommendations of 3 realtors or their recommendation of 3 realtors. So if you happen to be that guy who they trust, or that woman they trust, and they agree to you to be the listing agent to sell, and if there's any disagreements, then you are the one who's basically managing the clients to get them to see the reality and sell.
Yeah.
So divorce has got absolutely nothing to do with it. It's just plain simple. The problem is with the lawyers for the divorce matters, not for the realtors.
See, the reason I'm asking this is because I had an actual case like this. The husband and the wife are both agreed that I'm going to represent to sell the property. And it was nice at the beginning, started, and the offer comes in, and the offer is actually a perfect offer. And the guy just never said yes. You just keep playing the games, I don't want it. Now you tell me it's 1.2, I want 1.5.
Oh.
I said, well, this is just out of the...
So this
that-
basically
that
he's just
goes out of the
trying,
contract,
to delay the proceedings,
That's right.
right?
Is there a way that we can protect ourselves as real? Because there's commission on the line. But clearly, the deal fell through. Eventually, nobody's going to buy it.
So I'll tell you what you should do.
Yes.
So yeah, again. So I mean, I remember we came to one of those presentations on Terrific
Yeah.
Tuesday,
Terrific Tuesdays,
where
yeah.
I said that even in a botched sale, real estate commissions were awarded by the court.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you graft this into your agreement, your SRA, that whether or not the sale happens, if I'm putting my time here,
Right.
I'm earning X amount of commission.
Cool.
Good.
Right? Because at that point of time, you will immediately understand and realize the intention of the parties. Are they just doing it for their kicks, or they really want to sell?
Yes.
The moment you say, you know what, I know you guys are warring each other, I'm coming here, putting my time. If there's any problem relating to the price or any problem,
Yeah.
I'm going to earn my X amount of commission.
Love
Boom, they will sell it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And you don't have to push through it because they already know that Bob is going to be giving his time to it,
Yep.
right? So they wouldn't want to, make you run from pillar to post.
Right.
And the moment you can assert yourself, so this is a clause that you can and you must insert in your agreement,
Yeah.
that I don't care what happens, I've put in my effort, I need to get paid. And the court is more likely to enforce and uphold this clause. So it's commissions for you.
In most of the cases, we want to help our clients. We want to mutually agree to a lot of things on that. If the situation like that arises, definitely, I think what you're saying, it protects us on that side. But then we are always hoping that when we're representing our clients, we are working in the best of their interest,
Yep.
bringing in the best comparables, giving the best market value, market price of a property on that, right? So that's what we try to do it. Khalid, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
It
very
was really
important.
amazing.
That's very good.
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good, good.
See, it's important because you get to keep your commissions, right?
For sure.
Right? So whether the world breaks or whatever happens, we need to just do what we have to do always.
Exactly.
And I would say my tip for realtors is usually
Yeah.
that please tell your clients about prenuptials.
Yeah.
Please explain to them when you know that something's going wrong. They won't come to you for advice, but as a friend, try to settle it without having to go through jumping through hoops. And third, and most importantly, is that parties should be very clear-headed. That in the case of either a prenuptial or a separation, their asset, which is the house, that is going to be what is going to sort of save them the hassle of having to run around to get some more money.
Yeah.
So be very quick in taking decision, selling it, getting your money, move out from each other's lives, and find somebody else.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. That's
That's
the
it.
best part. So, okay, well, I guess it's really good information. Obviously, this topic could be go on and on.
Oh, yes, yes,
There's
yes.
long discussion. Like we're not even talking about the spouse support or something.
Yeah.
Child support, spouse
That's
support.
even more, a complex stuff. So anyhow, it's been a great information here, and thanks again for giving us this great time. So if you guys are interested to having more discussion on certain topics, please stay tuned to our IQI Legal Speak series, and if you find it's interesting, subscribe and follow us for more information to come, and we will see you next round. Okay.
And I want to add, if there's something else you want to, you want us to pick
Yeah.
up, or any topics, just as Bob said, give us that information,
Exactly.
and we'll be happy to bring it for you.
That's right, and we'll
See-
see you.
See you guys soon.
That's
Take care.
right. See you guys
Bye.
soon.
IQI. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.